Crochet, and this is the face behind Candy Crochet. Yeah, in today's video we'll be making a mesh beanie that will match this my mesh bag. So I want to make a mesh beanie, a mesh hat that will match this mesh bag. So let's get started. I'm working with this leftover yarn from this bag, so I want to use it to make something beautiful. To begin, we are going to make a magic ring. I don't know. You just these two fingers, do it like this. Then turn over. You should be crossing, like you should not join. You should not be straight like this. You should not be straight. You should cross it like this. You can see there is a cross. I'm working with 5.0 millimeter hook. 5.0. You can work with any hook of your choice from 4 upward. So make a magic ring. Just like this. So make a magic ring. I'm not good at this, but it is what it is. So let's wait for our face. So chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This chain 3 counts as your double crochet and chain 1. But chain 3 will always count as double crochet and chain 1. So into this chain 2, we chain 3, so into the chain 2 you are going to place your stitch marker. That is where you always slip stitch. Place my stitch marker into the chain 2. Then I place my stitch marker into the chain 2. Then this third chain is your chain 1. So chain 3 always counts as a stitch. Then I'm going to make 11 more double crochet. You make 1 double crochet, then you chain 1, under 1 double crochet, under 1 double crochet and chain 1, just like that. 1 double crochet with chain 1. Keep repeating that pattern. You keep repeating the pattern until you have 12. You know that we have already done this chain 3. This chain 3 is 1 stitch. So from this chain 3 now is 1. So you are going to make another 11 to make it 12. So it will be 12 double crochet and 12 chain 1. Understand? Yeah. So just keep making like that. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 4. So it's remaining 8 to complete. So this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1. Six, chain 1, 7, chain 1, 8. Just keep doing it like that as I'm doing it. Chain 1. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm saying stitch 8. Hi. Then 9, chain 1, 10, chain 1, 11, the chain of 1, and 12. Hi. So this, we are going to count it to make sure that it's 12. Let's count it together. Remember, this chain 3 count as a stitch. So this 1, this 2, this 3, this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 here. 12 double crochet with 12 chain 1. So into this chain 2, that will place this our stitch marker, you are going to slip stitch. But before you slip stitch, you are going to pull this yarn. This yarn, you are going to pull it to close the magic ring. Pull your yarn to close up the magic ring. Then slip stitch. You just remove the stitch marker. I place the stitch marker here so that you won't be confused. You know where exactly to like slip stitch. It's mainly for beginners, so remove your stitch marker, and when you remove your stitch marker, make sure you put your hand there to indicate that, yeah, this is the chain 2. Okay, so slip stitch into the chain 2. Then that one, you know that we chain 3. So if you slip stitch into the chain 2, that one is now your chain 1. So you get, make a slip stitch. Yeah, this is our row 1. This is how your row 1 should be looking like. This is row 1. Yeah, so let's go to row 2. Row 2 is also another pattern. So row 2 is another pattern. Just remember that your chain 3 will always count as a stitch. To always count. But if you chain 3, you will place your stitch marker in chain 2. Chain 2 is where you are going to slip stitch. So let's chain 3 again. Let's do row 2. Let me show you the pattern. Row 2, you are going to chain 3. I've chained 2. I'm going to place my stitch marker into that chain 2. Then you chain up 1 again. That is, you have made 3 chain, but your stitch marker is inside the chain 2. That is where you are going to slip stitch. Then into the next stitch, this chain 3 now is counting as a stitch. That means this is 1. Into the second stitch, we are going to make an increase. We are going to make an increase into this next stitch. So you make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and into that same stitch you are going to make on that 1 double crochet and chain 1. 1 double crochet and chain 1. So I'm having 2 double crochet with 2 chain 1 into this 1 stitch. It's just this 1 stitch. This is an increase. It's an increase. So into the next stitch, there is no increase. This one is just 1 double crochet and chain 1 into this next stitch. Going with 1 double crochet, chain 1 to that next stitch. So there's no increase here. So into the next there will be an increase. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. There's an increase here. So into the next there will not be an increase. Make a chain of 1. Then to the next one there is no increase. It's just 1 double crochet and chain 1. 1 double crochet, chain 1. So just keep repeating the pattern until you get to this stitch marker. Make sure that you end with an increase row, because there is no increase in the beginning. So at the end you must end with an increase row. That is to show you that you are correct with what you are doing. So I started in 1 double crochet, no increase row. Then that means the next one will be an increase. 1 double crochet, chain 1 into that same stitch. 1 double crochet, chain 1. So to the next one, there will not be an increase. It's just chain one double crochet and a chain of one. Into the next, that is an increase. This is one double crochet, chain one. Into that same stitch, one double crochet and chain one. Into the next, no increase. It's just one double crochet and chain of one. Into the next one double crochet, chain one double crochet, chain one. That was an increase. So into the next, there will not be an increase. So one double crochet, chain one. So into the last one, there will be an increase. Like I told you earlier, since we have no increase at the beginning, so at the end, always make sure you end with an increase. Always make sure you end with an increase. That is what will make you know that you are correct with what you are doing, you are following it right. So into this last stitch now, I'm going to make, because here is just, there is no increase, this is just one double crochet and chain one. Then into this last stitch is one double crochet, chain one double crochet, chain one. So let's do it. One double crochet, chain one, under one double crochet and chain of one. So this is how O2 is looking like. No, let's slip stitch first before we'll show you. Just pull it. We're going to remove the stitch marker where there is, you remove it, stitch marker, and make a slip stitch. So this is how O2 is looking like, getting to form the hearts. So let's just keep doing it. Then this O3 is under pattern. Let me show you the pattern for O3. Chain 2. Your chain 3 always counts as a stitch. If you chain 2, you place your stitch marker into that second chain, then you chain 1. That is, in total is 3 chain. It's 3 chain that is here. This your chain 3 counts as a stitch, and this chain 1 here is your, this third chain is your chain 1. So as I've said it earlier on. Then O3, for O3, you are going to make the increase row will be on the third stitch. This chain 3 is your first stitch, which is the first stitch. Into the second stitch, you are going to just make one double crochet and chain 1. That is you have 1 and 2 stitch here. So into the third stitch is your increase. You make an increase into every third stitch. Into every third stitch. Let me show you. So we are on the third stitch now. Into this third stitch, you are going to make one double crochet, chain 1. Into that same stitch, you are going to place on that one double crochet, then chain of 1. So into the next 2 stitch, there will not be an increase. It's just normal double crochet with a chain of 1. So into the next stitch, one double crochet, chain 1. Into the next, we're going to make one double crochet, then you chain 1. Then into this third one, you are going to make one double crochet, chain 1, one double crochet and chain 1. That is an increase. in every third stitch there will be an increase. There must be an increase there in every third stitch. Just take note of that. Every third stitch there is an increase in every third stitch. So into this third one, I'm going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1. That is an increase. 1 double crochet, chain 1, into that same stitch, 1 double crochet and chain 1. That is an increase row. This is an increase row. So into the next 2 stitch again, there will not be an increase. It's just 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1. You understand? So into this third stitch, that is where there will be an increase. So let's do it again. That is the pattern for row 3. Then into this 1 double crochet, chain 1. Then into the next stitch is 1 double crochet and chain 1. There is no increase in the next 2 stitch, but into the third stitch there is an increase, which is 1 double crochet, chain 1, and on that 1 double crochet into that same stitch. Let me show you this. Into this stitch now I'm holding here, that is where you make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and into that same stitch, into this same stitch that I do this 1 double crochet, chain 1, you're going to make another 1 double crochet and chain 1. That is your increase stitch, your increase. You are making an increase there. So just keep repeating this pattern until you get to the end of row 3. We're in row 3 now. We're in row 3. So into the next is 1 double crochet, chain 1. Into the other one is 1 double crochet and chain 1. Then into the third one is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1. That is an increase. In case you are joining, just indicate where you are watching me from. Sorry, I did not bother to ask. I'm so sorry for that. So tell me where you are watching me from and let's get to know each other. I'm making, sorry if you did not join me earlier on, I'm making a mesh heart. So I want to make the mesh heart that will for this bag so that it can match this bag. I have uploaded this bag on my YouTube channel, so I'm making a mesh heart that will match the bag so that I can match it with this mesh bag. So in case you have not watched the story on this bag, on this mesh bag, is on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so let's continue. So you can tell me where you're watching me from so we can get to know each other. Chain 1, and if you are seeing me for the first time, I'm the face behind Kindly Crochet, and thanks for watching. Chain 1, so just keep doing what I showed you earlier on. Just keep repeating the pattern until you get to the end of this row, until you reach this stitch marker to make a slip stitch. Whenever you reach here, make sure you end with an increase. Always remember to end with an increase. That is to show you that what you are doing is correct. You are following the pattern, you are following how I'm doing it. If you are following how I'm doing it, you always end with an increase. Yeah. So I'm at the end of the row and it's just one that is left here. You can see I've done this is an increase. I've done this stitch now, 1 double crochet, chain 1. This is 1 double crochet and chain 1 as well. So I'm just left with 1, and this one now is an increase because it's already at the third. Stitch, and in every third stitch you make an increase. So definitely this last one is an increase row. So you will make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet and chain 1 before you make a slip stitch. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet and chain 1. So always remember to chain 1 to make a slip stitch. Just chain 1 to make a slip stitch. So you are going to remove your stitch marker and slip stitch into that chain 2, not chain 3, chain 2. You chain 3, but we are going to make a slip stitch into the chain 2. Then that third chain will serve as our chain 1. You understand? I hope you do. So yeah, you are done for row 3. Look at how it's looking like. The work is in progress. We are done with row 3, so let's go. This is row 4. So row 4 has its own pattern. In row 4, we are going to, okay, let's go forward. Chain 2. Place your stitch marker into that chain 2. Chain 1. In case you are just joining me, this chain 2 counts as a stitch. In case you do not know, I've said it earlier on that this chain 2 always counts as a stitch. So this, where I place my stitch marker, is on the chain 2. This chain 2 is where we are going to make our slip stitch. Then this third chain will serve as chain 1. So let's continue. Then for this row 4 now, row 3, in our row 3 we did this chain 1 counts as a stitch. So for that row 3 we have 2 stitch, and in our third stitch we make an increase. We made an increase into every third stitch. In every third stitch we make an increase. Then into this row 4, the row 4 will be in every fourth stitch. In every fourth stitch we make an increase in every fourth stitch. So since this chain 2 is counting as 1 stitch, that means we have made our 1 stitch. So we have 3 stitch more to make without an increase. So the first stitch will be an increase. So this is chain 1 now. So we are going to make another stitch. We are going to like make 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, chain 1 into the next stitch. So another 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the third stitch. So you can see we are having third stitch here. 1, this chain 3 counts as a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This third stitch. So into this fourth stitch, that is where we are going to make our that is where we make our increase. In every fourth stitch, that is where we are going to make our increase. So, and how we make the increase is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1. That is an increase. So let's go. So this is the first stitch. We make 1 double crochet, chain 1 into that same stitch. We make 1 double crochet and chain 1. 1 double crochet and chain 1. So this is an increase. We have already made an increase in the fourth stitch. This is the first stitch, so we are making an increase in every fourth stitch. Please don't forget, in every fourth stitch make an increase. So let me take you through again. So we have made an increase there, so we are going to count again into the third stitch. Into the next third stitch there is no increase. It's just 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the other third stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1. So let me show you. So let's just count these 3 now. These 3 stitches, there will not be an increase. There is no increase there. So 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, which is the third one, 1 double crochet with the chain of 1. Always remember to chain 1 in every double crochet. If you make 1 double crochet, you are going to chain 1. That is what will give you this space, this mesh space that you are seeing here. That is what will give you it. Always remember to chain 1 double crochet, chain 1. Please don't forget. Yeah. So into this first stitch now, into the first stitch, that is where we make our increase. we'll make our increase into every fourth stitch. So we have see it now. This is an increase here. This is 1 2 3 without an increase. So into this first stitch we are going to make an increase. So 1 double crochet, and this is how we make our increase. 1 double crochet, chain 1 into that same stitch. You can see I chained 1. I did not do 2 double crochet and chain 1. Is 1 double crochet, chain 1 into that same stitch again. Make 1 double crochet, chain 1. So we have made 1 double crochet and chain 1 into the same stitch again. We are going to make 1 double crochet and chain 1 and chain of 1. Sorry, 1 double crochet and chain of 1. We have just made an increase. You can see it, right? See it. We have just made an increase into the fourth stitch. This 1 2 3. So into this fourth stitch we just made an increase. Yeah. So just keep repeating this pattern all the way around until you get to this stitch marker. Make sure you end with an increase. If your work is like, if you are following how I'm doing it, you are going to end with an increase. Make sure you end with an increase into the last stitch. Make sure your work ends with an increase. Okay, so just keep repeating this pattern until you get to the end of the row. Until you get to the end of row 4. Yeah, row 4. So the last one was with an increase. So we are going to make these 3 chains without these 3 stitches without an increase, into the next 3 stitches without an increase, then into the 4th stitch an increase. That is an increase row. So just keep repeating the pattern until you get to the end of row 4. Maybe if you are lost in any way, you can just type it so that I can follow you through. Okay, it's just a simple measure, so I want to like match it with this my beautiful mesh bag. I want to match it with this bag, so you can see it's so beautiful. The tutorial is on my YouTube channel. You can go and watch how I made it. So yeah, and thanks for stopping by to watch me. I'm really grateful. In case you are guessing which hook I'm making use of, I'm making use of 5.0 millimeter hook. 5.0. You can make use of 4 points. You can make use of 3.5 millimeter hook. You can even make use of 6. You can make use of 6 depending on the yarn. Sorry, I was making use of 2 strands of yarn because my yarn is not that too thick. It's light. It's a lightweight yarn, so I doubled my strand. I doubled the strands of the yarn, so I'm working with 2 strands of yarn so that it will be a little bit thick. But if your yarn is thick, it's not a must for you to like double the strands of the yarn. You can work with just one, and you can work with any choice of your hook, any choice. My choice is 5. I want to work with 5.0 millimeter also. That is why I'm working with 5.0 millimeter, but you can work with any hook of your choice and any yarn of your choice. So yeah. If you are lost in any case, you are lost, just let me know. You can message, you can comment, so I can take you through so that we'll just flow together. Yeah. So you see, I'm in my last stitch now, and I've made 3 into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. This is without an increase. So into this last stitch there's an increase. That's why I always tell you that make sure you end with an increase, because at the beginning, why you're ending with an increase, because at the beginning of this stitch there was no increase. It was just, there was no increase, it was just one stitch that was there. So there's no, so whenever you are coming to the end, it must always be with an increase. Yeah. So into this last stitch there's an increase, which is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1. So yeah, we are going to slip stitch into the chain 2, not into the chain 3, into the chain 2. Then that the last chain is going to serve as your chain 1. So remove your stitch marker, slip stitch into the chain 2. Always slip stitch into the chain 2, not the chain 3. If you slip stitch into the chain 3, like, your work will not be, you will miss it. So just follow my step. Into the chain 2 you're making a slip stitch, then that chain 3 is counting as a chain 1. So this is how row 4 is looking like. This is how row 4 is looking like. So we are going to row 5. Row 5 is another pattern as well. This row 5 now, since we did an increase into the 4th stitch, into row 5, in row 5 we are going to do the increase in the 5th stitch. So for row 5 we are going to chain 2. Place your stitch marker into the chain 2. Then chain 1. I hope you understand. Chain 1, this chain 3 counts as a stitch. So as it counts as a stitch, that means you have made 1 stitch. So it's remaining 3 to complete it, 4 stitch without an increase. Then into the 5th stitch you are going to make an increase. So this is about 1 stitch. Into the next stitch, that is 1 double crochet, chain 1. Into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1. Into the next stitch, 1 double crochet and chain of 1. So we have made 4, we have made into 4 stitches. This one with this stitch marker counts as a stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 stitch without an increase. So into this 5th stitch, that is where we'll make our increase. Into every 5th stitch, make an increase into every 5th stitch. So we have gotten to the 5th stitch, so we are going to make an increase, which is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain of 1. One double crochet, chain 1. Into that same stitch, make 1 double crochet and chain 1. So into the next 4 stitches you're going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1 without an increase. To the next four stitches, there is no increase there. You just 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 until you get to your 4th stitch. Then into the 5th stitch you're going to make an increase. So let me show you how to do it again. So now into this 4th stitch, into this fourth stitch that is here, there will not be an increase. You just 1 double crochet, chain of 1 to the next 1 double crochet, chain of 1. So 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the 4th stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1. So now we are on the 5th stitch. On the 5th, what did I say? There will always be an increase. On the 5th stitch, there will always be an increase. So into the 5th stitch, we'll make 1 double crochet, chain 1. Into that same stitch, you're going to make 1 double crochet and chain of 1. 1 double crochet and chain of 1. We have made our increase into the 5th stitch. Into every 5th stitch you're going to make an increase. So just keep repeating this pattern for row 5 all the way around until you get to the last stitch, which you make which we will end with an increase. It's always with an increase row. You are going to end this with an increase into this last stitch. Make sure you end with an increase. So let's just keep repeating this pattern, row 5 pattern, all the way around until you get to the end. I wish I started earlier. I wish I started a live earlier. It's already getting dark, so let's see how we can go. Hi. How are you doing? Where are you watching me from? All right. I got him up my man. You got him up my bag. You can my tape measure. That my handbag. Sorry. I say, where are you watching me from? Oh. Nice meeting you. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate. Keep the live going. Thank you. I may stop there very soon. Maybe so tomorrow I go soon. Exactly. Thank you. I'm almost at the end. I hope you are also almost at the end too. Hope you are following me through. Hope you are not lost in any way. If you are, you can comment so that I will take you through the process. So I'm at the end of the row, and I said earlier that into the last stitch always end with an increase. So I have made my first stitch without an increase. First stitch without an increase. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So into this last stitch is an increase row. This is the 5th stitch, so to be an increase stitch. So chain 1 double crochet, sorry, 1 double crochet, chain 1 double crochet, chain 1. So slip stitch into the stitch marker. You remove your stitch marker and make a slip stitch into the chain 2. The stitch marker is on the chain 2, so you are going to remove the stitch marker from the chain 2 and make a slip stitch into that chain 2 space. So the next chain, which is the chain 3, will count as your chain 1. You count as your chain 1. Thank you. So we count as your chain 1. So we are done for 4. We are done for 5. This is how row 5 is looking like. This is how the row 5 is looking like. So for row 6, so for this pattern, I'll keep on increasing till I get to my head circumference. My head now, like to the crown of my head. Sorry, this one I'll want to make it to reach is 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches here. Hope you are seeing it. 5.5 inches. So I want to make it to reach 6 inches. Once it's on 6 inches, I'm going to stop the increase. There will not be more increase. So once it's on 6 inches, you can make yours depending on you are going to measure your hair. So I'm making mine. Yours can be on 6.5. Yours can be on 7 inches. But mine, I want to stop at 6 inches. 6 inches. So yours can be more than 6 inches. You can be on 6.5 inches. You can be on 7 inches. You can even be on 5 inches, depending on the crown of your head. Yeah. So we are on row 5, row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row 6. We are going to row 6 now. So for row 6, there is also an increase on row 6. So I think this row 6 will be my last increase. So, but if yours is 6.5, 7 inches, you can keep making the increase until you get to that 6.5, 6 inches or 7 inches. So you can keep making an increase till you get to the crown of your head circumference. So yeah. Chain 2 for row 6. Chain 2. Place your stitch marker. Then chain 1. That is 3 chain. This your 3 chain counts as a stitch. It always counts as a stitch. Don't forget, it always counts as a stitch. This place that you place your stitch marker, and that is where you make your slip stitch. Then this 3rd chain that we do not put stitch marker, this one like it serves as your chain 1. So for this row 6 now, we are going to make increase into every 6 stitches. Into every 6 stitch, we are going to make an increase there. There will be an increase into every 6 stitch. So this chain 1 now is 1 stitch. It always counts as a stitch. So it's 1 stitch. So it's the remaining 4 stitches more. The remaining 4 stitches, that is 5 stitches. So into the 6 stitch, is an increase. So let's go. Sorry. So this is one. So the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain of 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain of 1 into the other stitch, to the next stitch, sorry, 1 double crochet, chain of 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1. So this, look at it, we have done our 5 stitches. This chain 3 count as you see, so is 1 2 3 4 5. We have done 5 stitch here. So into the 6th stitch is an increase stitch. This one is an increase. So every 6 stitch there must always be an increase into every 6 stitches. So we have come to our 6th stitch, so we are going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain of 1. So 1 double crochet, chain 1 into that same stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1. So you see, that is an increase stitch. So into the next 5 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5, there will not be an increase. It will just be 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch. Hi, where are you watching me from? Thanks for joining the live. So hi. So into the next stitch, you're going to make 1 double. Okay, you're just joining my live, so let me explain what you are making. You're making a mesh hat. This is a mesh hat. I'm making this hat to match with this mesh bag here. I'm making this mesh hat to match with this mesh bag, so I need a match hat for it. So I'm making this mesh hat to match with the bag. Okay, from India. That is nice. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Thanks for watching. So I'm making a mesh hat. So as I said earlier on, run. Thank you. I'm so grateful. So into this 5th stitch, there will not be an increase. It will be just 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1. So into the 6th stitch, there will always be an increase. In every 6th stitch, there will always be an increase. So let me show you. We ended with an increase. So into the next 5 stitch, no increase. So 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, and chain of 1. So you can see you have done 5 stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 stitches without an increase. So into this 6th stitch, there will be an increase, which is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain of 1. So just keep repeating this pattern until you get to the end of row 6. Until you get to the end of row 6, you keep repeating this pattern until you get to the end of row 6. Make sure you increase in every 6 stitches. In every 6 stitch, make an increase, and make sure you end with an increase in every stitch. In every row you do, make sure you end with an increase. That is to show you that what you are doing, you are correct, you are following me through. Make sure you end with an increase. in every stitch, in every like end of the row, end with an increase. So just keep repeating this pattern until you get to the end of row 6. It's already getting dark. It's already getting dark. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Where are you watching me from? Where are you watching me from? Thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for subscribing. Really appreciate. Aliza Lista. Hope I'm correct with the pronunciation. Thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Keep the live going. Oh, you're from Buffalo, New York. Wow, thank you. Thank you. How are you doing?
Oh, thanks.
So I've gotten to the end of row 6 and we are at our last stitch. Remember I said in every last stitch we end with an increase. So I've made my 5 rows of no increase. This is 1 2 3 4 5. So in this last stitch we are going to make our increase. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So I said, oh, you just joined my live. So I said earlier on that I was making a mesh hat. I said I was making a mesh hat to like match with this bag. Let me show you. I was making a mesh hat to match with this mesh bag. So I need something matchy. So whenever I put it on, I'm going to match the hat with this mesh bag. So the tutorial is on my YouTube channel in case you want to make yours for yourself, you can go ahead and watch it on my YouTube channel. Make this mesh bag. So yeah, so welcome to the family. You're highly welcome. So I've ended with an increase. So okay, that is nice, that is nice, that is nice. When I'm done with my live, I'll subscribe to your channel. Thanks for subscribing, really appreciate. So we are going to remove our stitch marker and make a slip stitch into that chain 2. So we are done for row 6. So let me check if I've gotten to the measurements I want. Like I said earlier on, yours can be 5 inches, yours can be 6, yours can be 6.5 or 7, but mine, I want 6 inches. So this is my 6 inches. Look at it, I've gotten to 6 inches. So that means I won't make any more increase. I'll just work a row of no increase. So I'll make from row 7 to row 13. That is 7 more rows of no increase. 7 more, 7, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. From row 7 to row 13, no increase. It will just be normal row of no increase. So from row 7 to row 13, no increase. It will just be double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into every stitches until the end of the row. Note that this chain 2 also counts as a stitch. So for row 7, chain 2. For row 7, you are going to chain 2 your stitch marker, place it into that chain 2. Then chain 1. This your chain 1 count. This third stitch now, this third chain counts as your chain 1. So into the next stitch you make 1 double crochet and chain 1, chain 1. Into the next stitch you make 1 double crochet, chain of 1. Into the next stitch 1 double crochet, chain 1. Into the next stitch 1 double crochet, chain 1. Keep repeating this pattern all the way around until the end of the row. This is row 7. So keep repeating this pattern. There is no increase, there is no decrease. It's just 1 double crochet, chain 1. And always remember to chain 1, because if you did not chain 1, you won't have this mesh space. You won't be having this mesh look. So always remember to chain 1. Make sure you are chaining 1 in all the stitch. If you place 1 double crochet, you are going to chain 1. 1 double crochet, chain 1. So yeah. So just keep repeating this pattern until you get to the end of the row, and this pattern is what you are going to repeat 7 times. This now I've made 1 now, so it's remaining 6. So we are going to repeat this pattern. This was 7 until we get to row 13. Repeat row 7 until you get to row 13. So no increase, no increase. So in case you are joining me for the first time, we are making mesh hearts. These mesh hearts, we are making a mesh heart to match with this beautiful mesh bag. Making a mesh heart to match with this beautiful mesh bag here. And this mesh bag tutorial is up on my YouTube channel. You can go and watch to make yours for yourself. It's very, very simple, beginner friendly. So you can watch to make on my YouTube channel, to watch the tutorial and make one for yourself for summer and for winter. Thank you. So no increase, no increase. Don't forget, no increase. Just 1 double crochet, chain 1, into the next stitch, 1 double crochet 1 until you get to 13 row. We are in 7 row now. This 7 row pattern, you're going to make use of it until you get to the 13 row. Then on 7 row now, so you're going to make it until you get to 13 row. Please don't forget. Into this ending of this chain now, you're not going to make an increase. There's no increase. You are just going to make 1 double crochet and chain 1. There's no increase. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the live, and keep the live going. So just keep repeating this pattern all the way around until you get to 13 row. We are on 7 row. We are on row 7. So keep repeating this pattern until you get to end of row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You love it, right? Look at it. It's so fine. So fun. I love the outcome of it, so I hope you also like it as well. And this tutorial is up on my YouTube channel. It's up on my channel too. So yeah, it's a mesh bag. So I did this, so that is why I want to use a many yarn to like make a mesh hat to match with this beautiful mesh bag. It's a beginner friendly tutorial. It's a beginner friend. Let me even show you. Let me put it on and show you how it looks. I'm putting on something inside. Look, let me even show you without putting on something inside. Let me see if you can see it from there. Because it can just do like this. So let me put something inside. Just so portable. You can carry it along anywhere you want to. So I'll be matching it with mesh hats. That's it. I hope you can see it clearly, but tomorrow I can show you this is how it's looking like. I put something inside, so you can decide not to put anything inside. You can just hold it that way. Any way you like it. Yeah. So that is why I'm making a mesh hat for it. So tomorrow I'll show you the finished outcome of this mesh hat. Tomorrow by 6. No, let me say by 5 I'm gonna start my live. So to show you the finished look, to show you how far I have gone. I'm on row 7. So you're going to make this row 7 to row 13. Row 7 to row 13. Yeah. So let's keep working. But when it's dark enough, I'm going to end the live. So I'll show you the finished look tomorrow. When I will hope you reach row 13 as well, so that tomorrow if I come, we'll just flow with the remaining things, then show you the finished look, match it with this mesh bag here. So yeah. So I'm in row 7. I hope you are in row 7 as well. Let me see if I can finish the hat today. I hope I do. If I even want to finish it, I'll finish it behind the camera, behind the scene, so that tomorrow we start from row 13. Row 13, we are going to start from row 13. Then I'll show you what to do next. In case you did not start from the beginning, in case you did not join early with us, we are making a mesh hat. So if I end the live, you can go and watch how I begin, in case you are lost, in case you don't know. So we are making a mesh hat. So if I end the live, you can decide to watch and follow us through tomorrow, that I will come by 5 to show you guys the finish look, how we are going to finish it. Because after this 13 row, after we end, like we reach 13 row, you still have to do single crochet to, like, for the beam of the hat, so that it will not be rough. So then tomorrow I'm going to show you how to do that. So if I end the live and you are lost in any way, you can go ahead to watch back, so that you can flow with us together. I don't want anybody to be left out, so just flow with it. And thanks for watching, thanks for joining the family. You are highly welcome. In case you didn't know my name is Kindness, and this is Kindly Crochet, and this is the face behind Kindly Crochet. And I hope you love my tutorials. In case you are missing in any way, you can just send me comments, so that I can lead you through. So see what I said earlier on, I did not make an increase into this last stitch. It's just one double crochet, chain one. There is no increase, there is no increase. I'm done making an increase because I've already gotten to the measurement I want. I've already gotten to 6 inches. So into this 7 stitch, 7 row 7, I did not make an increase. It's just one double crochet, chain one all the way around. So I did not make an increase. So for this row 7, this pattern for row 7, you're going to make it until you get to row 13. So keep doing this. If you are at the end of the row, you remove your stitch marker from the second chain, and make a slip stitch into that second chain, not the third chain, into the second chain. Then your third chain counts as chain 1. Please don't forget, your third chain counts as chain 1. You're going to slip stitch into the chain 2. So this is how it's looking like. We are on the 7th row. This is 7th row. So keep making this pattern, keep making row 7, pattern for row 7, no increase, just one double crochet, chain 1. You can go back and watch it again. Just one double crochet, chain 1. Keep making the pattern all the way around until you get to 13 row 13, until you get to row 13. Then tomorrow I'll come and we'll finish this hat. We'll finish it tomorrow. So row 13, I believe and I hope that you'll be on row 13 when we come by. I will start my live by 5 p.m. So I'm going to take you through, I'm going to lead you through how to finish the hat. Then if you are done with it, you are going to match it with this beautiful mesh bag. I'm going to match it with this beautiful mesh bag, and this mesh bag tutorial is up on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I posted it yesterday. So you can, if you want to make yours, you can make one for yourself, because it's a beginner friendly mesh bag. It's so simple to make, so simple, with one pattern with single crochet. That is just 2 patterns, you are good to go. So it's just simple, beginner friendly. So I want to match it with this mesh hat. So tomorrow I'll come and we'll finish the whole process. Yeah, so make sure you're on row 13 tomorrow, so that if I come, I'll just show you the basic things to do, the necessary things to do, and we'll call it a day. Yeah, so with that much being said, thanks for watching, thanks for joining my live. I really appreciate. Thank you so much, and God bless you. We will see tomorrow by 5 p.m. on dot. Yeah, that is no African time, 5 p.m. on dot, and we are on live for me to show you how we are going to finish this mesh hats that we started today. So yeah, thank you. I'm ending the live now. Bye. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate your staying. I appreciate everything. Thank you. Bye. Oh my God, where will I end this live?